In your session, you say, imagine energy as a light flowing through your body, through your all organs, and you trigger this biophotonic system, which helps you change your DNA expression. So we all know that genes are fixed blueprint, which we cannot change. But if we think about our DNA as a light, then we can dim our light, turn on, turn off light if we need it, and we have this epigenetic expression. So how does BrainTap help us to modulate epigenetic expression?
For those watching, you might not know that in 2003, they said, hey, we mapped the human genome. We all got excited. Hey, they mapped this gene system, and they thought it was going to change the world, right? We were going to be able to, if we wanted a blue-eyed baby, we'd have a blue-eyed baby, blonde hair, whatever we wanted, you know. But the reality is that that wasn't true. They only mapped 1%. So imagine you go to college, you go to pass your final exam, you answer only 1% of the questions, you go, I graduated. No, what they said was 99% of those genes were junk, right? They said they call them junk DNA. But in 2018, they said that's not junk DNA anymore. What they found was, yeah. So in what they said was that are in everything. When somebody says, what changes your DNA expression? Everything, from the people you hang out with, from the food you consume, to the thoughts you think, to the room you're in, to the light you're using. Everything, because every 40 seconds, even as you're listening right now, as we're talking right now, our genes are all changing. So think in terms of your gene expression that they're talking about. That's the pistol. Let's say it's like a gun. You know, it's going to fire bullets. It doesn't matter what you do. I mean, I can't help, you know, my grandfather and his grandfather before him were bald, so here I am. Other people, their genes don't have that, right? So they don't have to worry about that. But we're talking about other behaviors, right? So think of the epigenetic system like the bullets. Okay, so we can load the bullets, any bullets we want, but it depends on what we're doing. So if let's say we eat healthy food, that healthy food has an energy, it has a vibration, it has a light. Everything we see in the known universe has light, sound, and vibration to it. So when we put that into our body, that's why, like, if somebody has an addiction, let's say they're an alcoholic, let's say, and they put alcohol into their system, that alcohol is going to take over because it has its own frequency. So in just for the listeners, when you think about frequency, Doug Grant, who's a friend of mine from Optimum Health System, he says that frequency is what we frequently see. So think about your frequency. What do you see? Because we see through our own lenses, right? We see the world through our eyes, through our ears, through our experiences. And so we actually set up a filtering system in our brain that says, this is who I am. And then when somebody shows up, they might have great intentions for us. They might not have great intentions for us. Depending upon our filtering system, we get sucked in, right? We start to identify with them. But what we can do with our brain is think in terms of, a lot of biohackers work on their body, which is great, because every cell is a little mini brain. It has something called mitochondria in it. This mitochondria is basically not us. 54% of you and I sitting here, Julia, is not us. It's something else, right? That's what we have to harness. This microbiome
yes. With their own DNA.
yes. Yeah. So when somebody says, I'm arguing with myself, I'm having this, you know, part of biohacking or health optimization is to really bring peace to yourself, bring harmony to your own body. Now, how do we do that? Well, if we look back in the ancient text, in the ancient rishis, they would say we need to harmonize our system. So this has to do with brain waves. And that's why we're using light, sound, and vibration. So when we look at using like the BrainTap, if you're using just the app alone, so I'll talk about that first, because a lot of people, we have 120,000 users and a good number of them don't have the headset yet. You know, they just have the app, because it can be, you know, anywhere around the world, you can download the app and use it. So
yeah, but as far as I understand regarding headset, this is very important part of headset when it sends light to your eyes. And previously you explained me that if we just close our eyes, our brain tends to sleep. And we don't want us to sleep while we are relaxed and listening to your voice or some other coach voice. And we want to be in awakened state. So
Right.
that's why I want to emphasize that for me personally, I use BrainTap for a long time. And for me personally, it makes really difference when I listen to it in my AirPods or with the headset.
Yeah.
With the headset, I feel more result. I would say I can more tune in the state, whatever state I want to
Yeah.
tune, because you provide different sessions for tuning in the different brain wave frequencies. And this is the real beauty of this BrainTap, that it helps us to tune into certain frequencies within like few minutes.